Hi folks, it's Charlie here. I'm in the backyard again today. I'm here with some blackcurrants and I'm wanting to focus on one of the 5 ways to well-being, to give and I guess to connect as well. So part of the point of the Mindfulness Garden is encouraging us to use mindfulness and nature connection for our well-being. So the 5 ways to well-being come in really handy, and this week I'd like to focus on to give. So one of the ways I'd like to do this is to take a look at nature, as ever, and to look at what nature is giving us at the moment. So I'm hearing it from so many people that they've noticed more in nature. I think because people are rushing around less, we're a bit slower, because we're going for walks, we're taking time to be outside, maybe because we're also not in contact with humans quite so much at the moment, so that because of that we're taking more notice of the connections that we do have. And the connections that we do have are with other beings, so plants, animals, and people are really noticing these things. So I guess the invitation is to think about what nature is giving you at the moment, and what you're giving to nature, and perhaps also what you can give to others from your connection to nature. And one of the simplest ways to do this is perhaps looking at abundance. So what is the abundance that you notice around you at the moment? For me, I've noticed the abundance of fruit and flowers on trees in particular, but also lots of things are now coming into fruit, so the flowers are dying off. And I'm noticing those. And therefore focusing on them. So by walking regularly through the park for me, or walking to Horton Community Farm, or taking time in my yard, I can notice exactly where different sets of plants are at. So on this blackcurrant, you can actually see, if I zoom in for a bit, you can actually see how the flowers are turning into fruit. So when we observe in greater detail, then we actually start to notice the processes and functions of the plants and animals around us. And that is nature giving us lessons about how things work. So in this case, how this blackcurrant works. If we are lucky enough to observe birds in our garden, for example, we might notice that there are fledglings around, so young birds, and we might notice their activities. So nature's always giving us clues about what it's doing, what's happening, inspiration through the beauty, and connection. So it's worth taking a bit of time to think about the abundance that nature is giving. So like I said, at the moment nature is giving me lots and lots of images of flowers turning to fruits. And perhaps it's worth thinking about, well, if nature is giving me this, what am I giving nature? And so for a blackcurrant, for example, is there something that I need to do for this blackcurrant to be healthy and happy? And to be honest, this year is probably one of the years when I will cut it back, because it's in my yard and it's actually really completely filled the space that it's in, and it hasn't been pruned back for a number of years, and so that process in itself will give me material to propagate more blackcurrants. So yeah, nature really does function with abundance, and yes, there may be lacks in some places, but we can nearly always find abundance in nature. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue observing this plant, and I'm going to prune it in the winter. And because I'm focusing on this theme of giving, I can also consider how I can give to other people. So through that process of pruning, I will have a large number of pruned parts of the currant, and I will be able to propagate them. And at the farm or in my yard, I have a lot of pots, so I can propagate them. So if you're watching this video and you think, I quite fancy some blackcurrants, well, we are going to be launching our crowdfunder soon, and we do already have currants for sale at the farm or for a donation, and I will continue to propagate some this year as well. So have a think about what you have in your environment, whether you have huge appreciation for the flowers in the park and you like to draw them, or you enjoy the bird song and so you like to listen as nature is giving to you. Whatever it is you're learning, or however it is you're collecting that abundance, it's a lovely thing to do, to think about how you can give back to nature and also how you can give to others. So that's my invitation for today, is to have a think, and it works really well if we think about abundance, because then we know there's plenty, we know there's enough, and it seems kind of against nature not to share it, because that's what nature's doing, and we are part of nature after all. So that's today's nature connection practice, is perhaps it's to continue whatever you were doing in whatever way you were giving, learning from nature's abundance and giving to others, or perhaps there is something you choose to do for the next week, or perhaps you choose to do this month. Personally, I've been making videos of all these the flowers on trees, and I've really enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoy the rest of our Mindfulness Garden online offering. Please encourage friends to sign up. It would be great if you could share our email or this video if you've subscribed to my channel. And and feel free to share your practices, what abundances there are for you at the moment, and what you're learning from nature and what you're giving through this process to others. Okay, thanks for listening and watching, and see you again soon. Bye for now.